Hey everyone, that's Scotty Collier, West Ham Fan TV. Welcome to the big match preview. Before I get into this preview, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Dan Lawless for covering me on the last two previews. I've been away, he stepped in and he done a fantastic job. But what a game to come back for after the performance against Chelsea. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed going into work this morning and seeing my workmates who do support Chelsea to give them a bit of a ribbing. You know, you get it quite often when they beat us, so it was good to return the favour. You know, I walked in there, empty office, waited till they came in, and had a big smile on my face, and they just wanted to walk back out, which is, you know, it's good to see. Fantastic performance by the boys, 1-0 win. You know, can't grumble too much. You know, a few pointers that me and Graham picked out when we were watching the game. You know, I think we need to get a bit tighter in the midfield and press a little bit more. But we got the performance, fantastic performance by David Martin coming in and keeping a clean sheet on his debut. You know, the guy must have been so nervous. A lot of pressure on him going into that game. And, you know, he just grew and grew in confidence. And I just think that confidence he had, and that grew with him in the game, the rest of the team had that belief, you know, and got the confidence from that. Anderson playing the number 10 role was a bold move. I think a move that I've been crying out for Pellegrini to try him in. I thought he did okay. I've seen people say he had a poor game. To be fair, I thought he played quite well. He got beyond Antonio when he needed to. Yeah, he did give the ball away quite a lot, but when you've got a player like Anderson, you want him on the ball, so he's going to give the ball away more times than not. So it's good that he's trying things. Just a couple of times he tried a few little flicks and a few little sort of dinky passes in the wrong areas when we were under a bit of pressure. I'd just like to see him hold on to that ball. He's got the ability. But again, maybe that comes in with a bit of confidence and a bit more confidence in the players around him. But I said, decent game, decent result. Wolves, last time out, 1-1 draw with Sheffield United. A game where they did not make a substitution, which is very, very rare to see in any form of football unless you're playing with a bare 11, you know, with no subs. It's, you know, I've offhand, I can't remember a Premier League game where a team did not make a substitution throughout that game. So that may work in our favour, especially as this will be Wolves' third game in the space of a week. Obviously, Europa League on the Thursday night, playing Sheffield United on the Sunday, and now us on the Wednesday. You know, that extra day's rest for us as well could be a key factor going into this game. But it's not, you know, let's be honest, it's not going to be easy. Stats going into this one. Wednesday night kickoffs in the Premier League, we have not done particularly well. We haven't won since 2011 on a Wednesday night in the Premier League, and that was when we beat Blackpool 3-1. We've only won one of our last seven away games, against Wolverhampton Wanderers, which isn't a pretty stat. You know, last season Wolves beat us obviously 3-0 in this fixture. Probably one of the worst games we had of last season. It was a freezing cold night. I was up there with Lawless. You know, it was just a terrible, terrible performance. You know, again, it's going to be cold going up there. I just hope the boys show up for this one. And Lawless is going up again. I can't make it due to work commitments, which I'm a bit gutted about, so I was looking forward to going. But, you know, I'm hoping the boys show up again and give the fans, travelling fans, a better display than they did in this fixture last season. Obviously, the game at the London Stadium as well, that was pretty poor. We lost that 1-0, so we failed to score in both games against them. So this is going to be tough. When you look at the players that Wolves have, I'm hoping we've learned a lesson from the Newcastle fixture. Obviously, with the pace that Newcastle had, the high line that we played, and they exploited it. With players like Traoré that Wolves have, you know, they've got some decent attacking players, but Traoré is very, very quick. So, you know, we need to look at the mistakes we made against Newcastle and take them into this game. We maybe not play as much of the high line. Make sure Fredericks is playing on the right-hand side and possibly Masuaku on the left to give us a bit more pace. Not that Creswell deserves to be dropped. Fantastic goal, decent performance from him at the weekend. Just looking at the pace of Masuaku, he's a lot quicker than Creswell, so that may come into play going into this fixture. Obviously, Diop returns for this one. He's over his suspension. But to be honest, I wouldn't change him. I think Balbuena played well. I thought Ogbonna was absolutely immense against Chelsea. So for me, I'd probably keep the same back four. I know I just said about Masuaku with a pace, but I'll probably keep the same back four. The main man for me we need to keep an eye on is Jimenez. 9 goals, 5 assists so far this season. You know, he's probably the best player in a Wolves shirt. So, we're going to have to keep an eye on him up top. He's going to be a danger. He's going to be an handful. And as I said, they have got other players around him like Toure, like Jota, who will cause us problems. So, we can't afford to give him a lot of space. I thought in the game against Chelsea, in the first half hour especially, we gave them a lot of space. I think we need to be a bit more tighter, press a bit higher up the pitch, try and stop them playing, but just be aware of that ball over the top for the place of Traore. Injury-wise, we don't have any real injury concerns. Antonio went down what looked like with a bit of cramp at the end of the Chelsea game. Be interesting to see whether he can play 2 games in a short space of time, especially coming back from the injury that he had. Fingers crossed he can. I said hopefully that extra day's rest that we've had going into this fixture will benefit us, will give players time to recover, and the fact that we don't play again until Monday, which is against Arsenal, we can probably afford to take a few risks with the fitness of some of the players. So long as they're not feeling any injuries or pulled muscles, I think, we can probably go with the same starting 11 what we had. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Dan said to me I need to do a prediction for this one. The fact that Wolves have drawn 8 games so far in the Premier League this season out of 14, I'm going to sit on the fence and I'm going to go for a draw. And I can't really say West Ham are going to win. I think Wolves might have a bit too much for us. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. So let me know your score predictions, what you think the starting lineup be in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our store. Shirts like the one I'm wearing now. There's plenty of others. Christmas jumpers are out there now. Make sure you go and check it all out. Thank you very much for watching. One thing left to say, come on you Irons.